What's up guys, today we have Bobby on the show. He's a big boy and very technical purple belt. Because Bobby is stronger than me, I know that getting around to his back to take him down is going to be the best strategy, but I'm having difficulty getting the angle I need to get around him. It's a battle for underhooks right now. I try to arm drag but still can't quite get the angle. Shooting for a double or single as Bobby postures his head up might have been a good option, but before I know it, I get thrown to the ground with this beautiful lateral drop. Watch the footwork of Bobby's left foot. This helps angle his body and pull me over his knee, rotating using his underhook. Right away, I redeem myself with a double overhook butterfly sweep and then immediately switch my hips to pass the guard. I have the grips for a traditional butterfly sweep but not the angle, so I switch to double overhooks to stop Bobby's arm from posting as I lift with one foot and push off the mat with the other. Watch how I push Bobby's left leg down with my hips. This makes it possible for me to backstep without Bobby catching my leg with his butterfly hook. It's going to be hard to attack from and maintain side control against a strong dude like Bobby, so I transition to the mount and look how I use my forearm to cross face Bobby and put his back on the mat. Most escapes involve getting onto your side, so knowing this, a simple crossface will help you maintain control and avoid the escape. I start working to jack up Bobby's arms higher so I can more easily attack. Bobby bumps to escape, but I quickly snatch up the neck. I think about the darce, but Bobby comes up to his knees, leaving an opening to re-grab the neck for the arm in guillotine. Where most people go wrong in the arm in guillotine is only forcing their wrist into the neck, but you also need to push the back of the head, which forces the neck into the wrist. Many basically just try to pop their opponent's head off, but that only forces the wrist into the neck and not the neck into the wrist too. I attempted this knee tap, but it didn't work, so I switched to the single, but Bobby's leg is so heavy and strong, I can't get his thigh to my chest. I should have re-shot to get close rather than fighting to hold on and failing. Bobby's options from here are either to attack the choke or attack the back. That's what he does, he goes for the back. As I feel Bobby transition, I do a Granby roll to keep my hips off the center line. I want to land in a position where it's difficult to get hooks in, and I'm basically in the final stages of a back escape. Now I only need to break the upper body control. Once the grip is broken, it's time to scramble. I know to win the scramble, I need my hips higher than Bobby's hips. Bobby tries to enter into a leg lock, but some adjustments of my hips stop him. You must always address something when it's in the way or threatening position. You can't just hold on and hope for the best. Bobby's arms are acting as frames and stopping me from really being able to get close to him. You can't go through frames, you must go around, so I just pop up to knee on belly. Now his frame isn't doing anything. He realizes this and drops his arm. I staple his arm with my left knee before switching to my right knee. This makes me able to spin around him without him being able to grab onto me and stop me. I hate sounding like a broken record, as I said this before, but you really want to think of breaking armbar defensive grips like solving a puzzle. How can I move Bobby's arms into a position where he can't defend? This is a prime example. I move Bobby's arm to the side quickly before he can regrip, and then I finish. I really want to say, guys, I really appreciate all the nice comments and messages you guys send me. It makes me really happy to hear that I'm improving your jiu-jitsu so much. I actually really like when people shoot doubles and singles on me because I trust my guillotine. I use my leg to frame on Bobby to keep my hips away from him and so I can drop down to the mat on my own terms with a tight grip on the neck. This would have been a better and cleaner guillotine if I had my right side more on the side of Bobby's neck, but it was still very tight and got the job done. My style of wrestling is very upper body based. I really like body locks, especially against big guys. To get there, I focus on getting a deep underhook. An underhook where your shoulder is under the armpit. If they can't overhook in time, it's an easy path to the back. I'm in a very dominant position, but it's still difficult to take someone bigger down. I try to drag him down, but no luck, and he's on all fours, so it's difficult to lift him. I gotta make sure I don't bring my legs in front where he can grab them and wrestle me. He tries to sit through, but I follow him and adjust my hips to center them. I go for my Ronda Rousey armbar, but have trouble keeping Bobby's posture broken. He's doing the right thing by keeping his head up and leg posted on the mat. I want his left leg, but all his weight is on it, so it's going to be hard to pull over my body. I re-enter into the armbar to reset, and I should have grabbed his left leg this time, but got a little greedy / lazy and grabbed the right because it was closer. The left leg would have been better to pull over my body, but he tries to roll out of it anyways, giving me the finishing position that I need. I live in Ontario, Canada. If you do too and want to stop by for open mat on Saturdays, everyone is welcome. We can film some rolls or just roll. When you're losing the grip battle, your last line of defense is your head. Bobby has an underhook on me, and I use my head to keep the distance and work towards taking my own underhook. The S grip I take, while not as strong as the gable grip, allows me to move more freely around Bobby's body. I hesitate too long here, and Bobby Granby rolls into an attempted leg lock, and I keep my leg on the outside of his to keep it safe. I like to right my wrongs right away, so right away I start wrestling Bobby. I consider anything that involves grabbing the legs and driving forward wrestling. When someone grabs my neck, I focus on putting my forehead onto their chest. This allows me to pull my head out. I had that sense of urgency to do that and to take top position. Generally, you have more counters to the guillotine available from top position, like jumping to the other side for the Von Flue choke and more. I'm trying to Americana or straight arm lock Bobby, but he's super strong. I gotta figure out what's the path of least resistance. This is a good angle to see how to trap arms through stapling. I want to trap with my right leg so I can spin around. So I trap with my left leg and windshield wiper my legs to trap with my right. This is a great way to set up far side arm bars as well as Kimuras because they can't use their arm to stop you like previously mentioned. I really don't want Bobby to put his hands together because I know how strong he is and how hard it'll be to break the grip. So I cover his hands to stop the grip. Looking back, I really didn't need to because he couldn't reach his other hand anyways. And it's no gi, so there's no gi to grab or belt. I never try to finish Kimuras from this upright position. I always focus only on getting the hand behind the back because at that point there's nothing to grab to stop a submission. Focus on putting your elbow on the mat and leg over the head. This is the most powerful way to finish and least likely to be countered. This is checkmate and far more effective than finishing on your knees. Alright, welcome to the post-match breakdown. I'm going to show you how to do an arm main guillotine, and this is a technique that a lot of people don't have the details right and they can't quite make it work. So I'm going to show you how to make it work. So first off, we hold our hands together like this, so one hand over the other. Where most people go wrong in the arm main guillotine is only forcing their wrist into the neck, but you also need to push the back of the head, which forces the neck into the wrist. Most people, they only force the wrist into the neck, and it's not enough to actually get the finish. So do from guard. So we're here, right? We take our grips, and the problem people have is they stay on their back and they pull like this, which does force the wrist into the neck, but doesn't force the neck into the wrist. So we want to stay on our side, stay close, okay? And we want to rotate, pushing the back of the head. So we pull like that, okay? So again, we stay nice and close, and rotate, pushing the back of the head and the neck into the wrist. So like when Bobby went for the, when I did this on Bobby, he went to roll over that way. And when that happens, you want to try to catch them before they get their back flat on the mat. Ideally, you want to finish with them on their side. So when he goes to roll, I'm going to catch you like this, and now I got lots of room to rotate and finish. If I were to go to mount, that's fine too. You still finish, but in that sideways position, it gives you a lot of ability to rotate. Okay, so yeah. Thanks for sticking around until the end of the video. If you're still here, please leave a comment or a fist bump. And thank you to all my patrons who support the channel. I super appreciate it, and I'll see you guys next time.